Well, that Andax hasn't come back around, so this scout can just keep on... Oh, crap. Hey up, it's your northern lad, and welcome back. We are at war, and we've just got our second worker back to our capital city. Now, I'm thinking something that we actually should start focusing on eventually is actually building some caravans, because I tell we don't actually have the technology for it first off, so we should probably do that. But eventually we want to get up as much trade as we possibly can for Morocco's unique benefit, which is to get extra culture for every trade we have with a different civ. That does include city-states. But also to build at Casbahs, because I tell that we got half a desert round here, we might as well exploit it to the best we can. But for now, we are still building up our forces, and very soon, hopefully, we're going to be taking on the Ottomans. I do hope they've built a second city. Well, he's not going to tell me for now, is he? Because he's still proper upset, like. But if he has built a second city, then at least we won't wipe him off the face of the earth and cause everyone else to build up a coalition against us, which makes it much more difficult to continue domination. So let's construct this plantation. We already got the incense, but we'll get 11 happiness after this. And with this scout, he's healthy enough. So let's actually start scouting out all the cities around where we can. And there's an encampment. I reckon he might be able to get some XP from taking on this encampment here, because they're just some archers, and he's a scout. He should be able to actually do some damage without wrecking himself. And if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to take this lad out, and this lad should protect us from this lad. 38 hit points, but he is in rough terrain defense, so he's not going to go down. Another Pantheon, oral tradition, built by an unknown civilization. Not Western world, we're not too bothered about pastures or plantation. Well, actually, plantations. I take it back. That being said, I mean, it's as far as pantheons go, it's not the most exciting of them. So I might start renaming the units, you know, because something I like to see in this game is just how far a unit's come. You know, you train them in 4000 BC and they make it all the way up to 2050 AD. It's a pretty legendary squad to have been able to made it that entire way and not just sat in the capital doing nouts for the entire game. So I'm going to very creatively name this lad Ancient Squad of the... Oh, I can't, can I? Ancient Squad 1. Very creative. And this lad should be Ancient Squad 2, but he's already had his promotion, so really he should be 1 and he should be 2, but it's too late. Gonna give this lad drill, and I'll probably plop him up in hills until we can get some reinforcements. Don't want to engage with this lad, because he can do a decent amount of damage, even as a barbarian. So we're gonna keep our distance until we can heal up a little bit more. But look, now we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 warriors. And of course, that's quite a formidable amount of units. So what shall we build next? We're going to build another warrior. Now, we want to be sure that this lad can take this one. So I'm going to plop him up on Phil. And maybe just go around at flank. Because some other unit will spawn in here. And he'll be sandwiched between the two. And he won't make it home, will he? That's something that always happens in this game. You think, I'm going to take on this little encampment here, no problem. And then the most powerful barbarian unit in game at this stage spawns right next to it, and all of a sudden it's 2v1 for one of your weakest units. Is it just me that happens to? Do I get overly ambitious with my barbarian encampments? Probably. Do I learn my lesson though? Absolutely not. Well, that's about as far as you can go, lad. Now, let's see. Alright, there's finally a city-state. They probably target this encampment, so I'm going to scout it out first before I try and take them on. Hopefully it's a city-state that actually gives us something useful, like food or faith. Hello, Vancouver. Let's see. You give us gems. You're hostile, which means influence with you drops quicker than normal, and you're maritime, so you do indeed give us food. Well, you don't have any quests yet, do you? But you are getting a little bit ravaged by barbarians, so I tell they all wait. Now, I would say don't you dare steal this with your diplomatic marriage bollocks, but you're not gonna. You're AI. Only real players do that. So hopefully next turn, our precious Vancouver will actually give us a quest and we should be able to get some influence with it. and then trade soon after. So after writing, I'm going to go for animal... Let me try that again. So after writing, I'm going to go for animal husbandry so that we can actually get a caravan up. I think that might actually be the first unit we get after we finish off our worker. Because with that being said too, we actually do need to be mindful of population. Because with population, we've only got 3 citizens in our capital. We got plenty of soldiers. Now, I'm mindful that I don't want to go over population, so a caravan might be the next play, because I tell you, once we go over, it becomes depressing. Everything slows down. It's all cramped up. Your production goes down. It's an absolute mess. Which is hilarious, because if there's one thing we can't do is take the capital city with 5 warriors. Not at least without some serious bloodshed on our part. But would you look at that, a second city. Now, where are the Ottomans going to settle that second city? If it's on that second coast, it's going to be more difficult to go around at flank. Now, I am mindful that we don't have to take the capital at this stage. It's turn 34. We got plenty of time. And we need more strategic placement of cities than we do actual taking of capitals. Because it does snowball as we go. But having a second city is more useful than anything. So if they settle this, then we might actually be able to take it with just warriors alone. Combination of Great General plus 15% and then Discipline plus 15%. And maybe a few archers if we ever get around to writing. Or archery, not writing. Then we might actually be able to finish it job with the second city. And then we make peace, wait 10 turns, recuperate, get our units at front line, then declare war immediately again. Is that sneaky? Absolutely. Does it work? Also, yes. Right, we're finally getting some food in the city. It took us long enough. Keep building on river, because eventually we'll get the double food for that. And then, here, we are not going to be able to take this guy out with just 1 unit. Now, let us see. 1, 2, 3. They are not far enough away from capital or another city to settle this next city itself. And we can block it on this flank just by moving our units here. And then hopefully they don't go in this direction too much. Probably will, let's be real. Plenty of fish around and other resources. But we want to try and take them. We want that. We can't get the settler. We're going to say we can get that settler from them. We can't. We can only get a worker from it. We either want to take the city or take the worker. Because then for whatever reason, AI just kind of gives up if you take their second city, like prematurely. They're like, well, I'm not going to win this game. And they kind of just sit around and fart and dance and do whatever they like. But not actually contribute to any kind of victory progress. Well, they haven't moved. I suppose they're kind of either panicking or have gotten a full frontal lobotomy from not knowing what to do. Again, we're not going to take him yet, but they're not going to settle neither. We can't actually get any other units around the side without being attacked by Istanbul neither, and they've probably got archers in there by now. So we should just cycle out units as they get healed up and damaged. I mean, this lad's not going anywhere. But I can cycle them out with our latest and greatest warrior. No population penalty as of yet. We did go up a citizen, which does offset it. But yet we don't actually have the technology to get a caravan. I think at this stage, going for a monument might be the best play. We'll only get +1 food from the granary. And that's not actually going to spread out there until, I don't know when, but a long time. Shrine, if we look at pantheons, we got Desert Folklore already taken by Egyptians. We got +1 plantations from we don't know who, and then defense from Persians. We can still get some pretty good pantheons, and it's only 25 faith. But we are at turn 35, and not many other cities have actually gotten a pantheon. If we had a religious civ, then at some point there would have been more, like the Celts, like the Ethiopians, but there haven't been. So I might actually see if going for the shrine is a play so that we can actually get a pantheon. Hopefully we can maybe find a religious city-state too to boost us up just that tiny bit and give us a pantheon. Again, not going for religion, but a pantheon really does help us out, especially in the short game. So this lad's got a bit of a benefit up here. 34 at bar 26. Not ideal for the fact that he's got drill upgrade. But now this lad has minor victory, and he's got plus 25 in total offensive bonus, but this lad's got 40% defensive bonus. It's basically neck and neck. But if he continues to not move, then it's a done deal. I'm going to pull this lad back, not pop into Vancouver, not upset them. Speak at devil, and he shall arrive. There's another pantheon founded, and it is goddess of Unt. Plus 1 food from camps. Now, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But I suppose we can maybe go for some kind of pantheon that focuses on trade, because we want to spam trade as much as we want to spam warriors. We have writing, so we could go for Great Library, but who are we joking? 37 turns and it's turn 36, and we have the bloody Egyptians with us. We don't really have too many production tiles neither. We got 2 mountains which aren't being worked. We got a forest which definitely ain't being worked. We got some stone that is being worked right now, but we can't upgrade it. And not enough coin to be able to just land grab these 2. Could chop down at trees, but let's not kid ourselves. 185 turns plus 20 production, still about 30 turns yet. We might have to forego it and just go for regular library. Mum, I want to see the Great Library. We got a regular library at home. What you talking about? It's kind of what the feeling is, if you know what I mean. Well, that Andax hasn't come back around, so this scout can just keep on... Oh, crap. Have you actually got a city-state quest? No, you don't. So you got 2 encampments encroaching upon thee, and you don't want us to take out neither as a quest. What do you want, Vancouver? Oh, crap, he's gone, and I didn't actually see where he went off to. Right, I'm going to do some scouting with the Great General, which is always a good idea. Yeah, we're never going to catch up to him, are we? Not without taking up damage. Oh, goodbye, Idern. I don't actually know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The second city of the Ottomans. Iderni. Idirn? I mean, I don't know Turkish, and I don't know the way the Turks pronounce words. You know what, Persia? I usually would accept your embassy, but somehow I feel like you're amassing a recreation of the Battle of Thermopylae right on my doorstep, and all you need to know is where my capital is. So no thank you. This lad is completely bollocks, isn't he? He's trapped in. He's screwed. Have I just sacrificed my scout? Maybe not, you know, because Vancouver can take this lad out and then I can just maybe sneak out back. It's a risky play though, but he's got no other option. He's either definitely dead or probably dead. Bloody Nora. I tell thee something. Oh, there they are. Is he going to make it? He probably is not. They have 1, 2, 3 fewer. They'll settle there next turn and then get him bombarded, get him attacked by this. We've probably just ran into another trap. But if we take it, yeah, there he goes. It's only 8 defense though. Yeah. 18 damage and then... I don't believe it. He's actually survived. I don't know why this warrior didn't attack him. Not complaining, none the like. You survived too, come on lad. He took so much damage, my game actually tore. Now he's definitely not getting out still, but he does have double survivalism. Should have given him a name, crap. We all know about the starting scout, and I'm definitely not going to be training other scouts, so yeah, whatever. This lad's ancient squad number 2. I was going to try for Roman numerals, but clearly I'm 1 letter too short. I'm at character limit. Now, I'm going to go for shock. Shocking, I know, but let's be real. If we manage to get Alhambra, which I'm praying we get Alhambra, then everyone's going to have some drill. And when we chop down at trees, eventually everything becomes open terrain anyway, because of deforestation. So I'm going to give him shock. Gonna have a tactical withdrawal. It's never a retreat, it's a tactical withdrawal. And this lad should be out of range completely. Safe attack. Look, I just thought I'd check. Safe attack on Idern, because it's only got 8 defense. So if we get rid of these 2 cheeky buggers and then just amass our warriors around it, we might actually be able to take it easy. Problem is, it's probably going to grow so fast that that window is going to close. Come on, lads, start contributing to agriculture. Well, we've got as much happiness as we're ever going to have for this city. So now let's contribute to agriculture to make everyone miserable from an overpopulated city. There goes a worker. And they're healing up as well. Now it happened. Well, as soon as the Andax died... Well, let me try that again. Seems like I'm going through puberty again. As soon as the Andax dies, we now have a brute there. a brute there who's trying to stop us from escaping. I did tell that it was really raging barbarians, didn't I? Maybe I should send this lad out to try and rescue him. But he's not long for this world, is he? Terrible. Terrible news. This lad would be better off actually doing some work rather than just healing in capital anyway. Right, you're not going anywhere near until we're ready. Disappointing days for us all, lads. Our scout's gonna die. And only now they've actually targeted the encampment. Thank you so much. Lo and behold, he's still going. I mean, I would say they're lucky, but considering how much defence the scouts have, I'd say it's not that surprising at all. Jammy bastards. Heck, would I be better off just settling another capital? Would I be better... Now I'm thinking here, would it be better off to settle a tactical city around here? I mean, we get the sugar, we get plenty of food, and we get a little bit closer to the Ottomans. I mean, in early games, tactical cities is the play, is it not? Later on, you can just trundle through everybody. But early game, my god, it's like pulling teeth trying to take anything. Lo and behold, Islam's been settled. Lo and behold, Islam has been created in Thebes. So I'm not that surprised at all. Well, we're all husbands to our animals now. Sorry, ladies. Now, we get to have our first caravan here, so I'm pleased about that. Now, let's see what they've got. Cathedrals, by far my favourite building in religion. So bloody annoying. Because I do like to get great works of art, and you do not have many great works of art buildings in an early game unless you have cathedrals. Got desert folklore, so I'm not even slightly surprised if they've settled on any desert whatsoever. They've definitely got their first religion. And then initiation rites, that's powerful early game, and then completely useless later game. Kind of like most religious beliefs, to be honest with you, in this game. But I do like the tithe, because tithe is like a slow drip feed as you go along. Incredibly, this lad has actually made it. And assuming there's no one around here, which I'm praying there isn't. Yes, he's gotten away. Yes! My lad, you've made it with 1 HP. That is the best news I've had all day. And also my ancient squad's gotten an upgrade. Ancient squad 3. Or actually, no, I'm going to call it Ancient Squad 4 because some game developers don't believe in the number 3, and I'm going to keep to that logic. Thank you very much. And I'm going to give them cover 1 because they do like to bombard my precious warrior units right from the get-go, including this bastard Andax. I mean, he does have the high ground, so who does this lad think he is? Right, new technology to look at. We have worked almost everything except from masonry. We'll build a quarry on this lad here, and then we'll have the best city we could possibly have, because we can clear the marshes too. Marshes, a bit annoying. Your workers should be working on something a bit more valuable than a marsh, but whilst you build everything else, then I suppose fair game. Actually, what the bloody hell am I talking about? What we actually need right now is archery. We need archers to take on the cities. I'm focusing way too much on my economy and not enough on the war effort. Yes, I know that it looks like all I'm doing is on the war effort, but we need to actually have a balance because you can't march an army on an empty stomach. Yes, that's the terminology. I didn't just make that up. So we got to actually have a balance, but we do need archers. But with that being said, we do need archers to finish the job the warriors started. But that's going to have to wait until next episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been your northern lad, and put wood in tall on way out, would you? Ta, love.